So in this video, I'm going to show you how to edit a font. So basically, here we have a font for one of our clients, but here's the original font. Notice that the actual font, this is kind of a lot higher, so we need to edit this, but we want to keep it so that way we don't rasterize it, because if we turn to raster and we resize it, it's going to be blurry. But notice here, it's not, the edges are not blurry. So the way we would do that is we will first convert into a shape, and then we can use the path selection tool, or more specifically the direct selection tool, to make those changes. So I'm going to show you how. I have a new window open, basically with just the text here. As you can see, I can edit this text and add more to it, but I'll leave this as is for now. And what we will want to do is, for the purpose of this, I'm going to convert it into point text, and then I'm going to make it a lot larger. And I maintain the aspect ratio by holding down the shift key. This way, it's a little bit easier for you to see. So now what I want to do is lower this and then shrink this a little bit. So the way I would do that is, what I would probably want to do is right click and then duplicate this layer in case I mess up, and I can always go back to it. So now I have this layer duplicated. I'm going to hide the original layer and work off the duplicate. So now what I can do is right click on here and then convert to shape. And what I did was I pressed A on the keyboard actually, which highlights this tool, the direct selection tool. So now I can highlight this, and I can move it down by just using the arrows. So I'm going to lower this, as well as now I want to make this a square. I don't want this to be this long, weird thing. So what I'm going to do is select just the top, not the bottom. And now I can press the down arrow and shrink that a little bit. It's not, I think I did a little bit too much, so I'm going to do that one more time, and perfect. And now I want to lower this. So how will I lower just the top of the L? By selecting only here, and then I can press the down arrow and drop that just a little bit. And then and obviously now what you can do is, if you want to see all the different points of coordinates, you can just select everything. And so these are where the primary points and coordinates are. For the purpose of me just showing you how it works, of course, you can play around with it, but just to show you how it works. So I can actually move these points, and then I can like change the paths of them. So if you get familiar with this, you can really play around with it, and it becomes really powerful, because there isn't really any anything that you can't do. It's just getting really a hang of how this works. I mean, if I want to spend the time, I can technically make a yin yang yin-yang symbol out of this, although I'll have to look at how one looks like. But anyways, I'm just messing around right now. As you can see, there's a lot of cool stuff, especially if you're dealing with items of symmetry that you wouldn't be able to necessarily do without this tool. I mean, you can and the other thing is that after I make these changes to here, if let's say I want to resize this, I could, and I will not lose any resolution. So if I, let's say, go to image and then image size and make this 5,000 pixels wide, bam, see how all of this is crisp? It maintains all of that, all of the vector information. So now if I zoom out to maybe 25%, oh, so I kind of messed up and did change only the selected only the U. So I'm gonna go back here notice when I went back, I only selected the U. So I can either choose to just select everything and click on the move tool. And now if I resize, let's say to 2000. Sorry, I need to go back to the select tool and select all of this actually. And so now if I resize, bam. Hey Tally, so my cat Tally here wants to say hi. Say hi, Tally. Anyways, this is how you would edit fonts. Basically, convert it into a shape first, and then you can use the direct selection tool. You can also use the pen tool to add on and delete things as well. But for the purpose of this, I kind of just want to keep it simple for you guys. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you have, make sure you like this video, follow me or subscribe to my YouTube channel, and go to my blog yanshenghui.com. I have a lot more tutorials on there, and also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also I share a lot of really interesting news on there, so check that out as well. Other than that, thank you for watching, and thank you very much for subscribing.